And I said, oh, the SIB's got our names in their mouths, eh? He said, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he all of a sudden changed the subject as if maybe I had caught him a little bit. And then just was in denial about any of that kind of stuff the whole rest of the night. So, throughout the night, there was made a mention of hints that he worked for Jackal and helped him keep the grounds kept up, but that he didn't like going in the basement. It kind of creeped him out, so somewhat of a link there, I guess you could say. There's been hints dropped here and there that he's no longer with the Rangers, which we kind of knew, but he won't really confirm one way or another what he does work for. We're still assuming IAA, of course. But we think there is also now some hand-holding going on with SIB. Big time. The other part of it is that he claims that he has no connections any longer with the cartel. However, the last 2 times he's taken me down to dinner down in Cayo, both times the cartel there still had enough respect for him, I guess, to stand down and not attack us. That tells me that there's still some sort of link there. And like I said, pulling out lots of expensive, not your average vehicles that you would see around town normally. Anyways, so let's call them imports. Then, at the end of the most recent dinner that we had, he dropped me back off. And as I was walking away, he said, you don't know what you think you know. And got in the helicopter and went and took off. He went in the air for more than 30 seconds when that thing was shot out of the sky by missiles. So I went to where it crashed. There was no body in the driver's seat, so he must have ejected. But there was missile impacts on the side of the helicopter and debris all over the place. There was also a chess piece, a black pawn, left there at the location. So, I'm starting to get a hint, suspicion, that he's trying to do the same thing to me that I'm doing to him. Thoughts?
When you say the last part, the helicopter, describe that again. How exactly it went.
So he dropped me off. This was down at the marina, you know, the helipad down there that local likes to take off from most times, by the marina.
Yeah.
That's where he took off from. He dropped me off there. As I walked away, he said, you don't know what you think you know. Got in the helicopter and took off. He went straight up into the air. And to the point that I couldn't see the helicopter any longer. But as I turned around to walk away, right overhead I saw that same helicopter going down and crashing. It crashed at the station, the loading station of the subway right there on that road adjacent to that helipad, that little train track. It crashed right there at that boarding station. And when I arrived on scene, I went straight to it as soon as I heard the crash, saw it fall out of the sky, and I went straight over there to see if it, there was a dead body or anything. The cockpit was empty. There was no body there. I even have pictures that I can send you just to help for a little bit more clarification. There were missile impacts on the side of the helicopter and missile debris laying around the area. That is the helicopter that went down, which was the same one we were flying in moments before. And then this chess piece.
I'm assuming, just based off your story, you didn't see him.
No.
parachute away or anything?
Nope, didn't see any parachute. I went and checked the surrounding area to see if he was laying there anywhere, if there was a parachute laying on the ground anywhere. Couldn't find anything. I was going to attempt to search the water, but as soon as I dove underwater, it was so murky I couldn't see more than 3 feet in front of me. I had assigned a couple of the juniors to go down there and see if they could find any other evidence lying around in that area, but I don't know that they've found anything yet. But that last thing he said was, "You don't know what you think you know." That was a huge flag right there to me. There's ulterior motives involved here from his side too.
What do you think he was insinuating when he said that?
Let me see. Probably that I'm wrong about what we think we know about him. And that he's on to me. That told me that he's on to me. He knows that I'm up to something.
What is it you believe that he is?
IAA.
Not exactly what I meant. Has he ever portrayed any odd behaviors? Any anomalies that you couldn't quite explain?
Now that you mention it. Yeah, actually. Appears out of nowhere, knowing my exact location randomly a lot of times. Almost like I've got some sort of tracker on me. Chess piece. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dating the bishop? Is that what you're thinking?
If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, might just be a fucking duck.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, alright. Okay, so let's say he might be a ghost.
I'm not sold that the bishop is a ghost at all. But as I said with Ash before it, a spirit doesn't prohibit or have the abilities that he is portrayed, not even being in the veil for hundreds of years.
Okay, what would you say that he's more along the lines of then?
Honestly, the problem is with a lot of diagnosing what we're dealing with is sometimes, regardless of what you try, salt, iron, silver, you're not going to get results. It's a lack of diagnosis which leads you to believe what something may be. The bishop is one of those anomalies.
Okay. So not human.